Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Thank y'all everybody for staying with us. And what y'all didn't hear is the big old fight and / discussion that we had in the break. See, we share everything with our listeners, and so I would like for my co-host to grab the microphone right now so that we can share with the world. I need
what? Because I'm about to take it back to Pennsylvania on you.
Oh Lord, not Pennsylvania.
Right?
We know how hard y'all roll in Pennsylvania,
only thing I can do
especially in the rural areas outside of
Jersey,
Pittsburgh. Everybody's so scared.
Dust you off.
Ain't nobody scared of you, woman.
I keep telling you ain't got to be scared. I don't want you to be afraid.
Yeah, well, good, because that ain't gonna happen.
You gonna wish you was in another part of town.
Yeah, because I don't want to hear this shit no more.
He's so nasty, y'all. I asked him a question, and he gonna give me a little uptight answer.
Because I'm uptight.
I think you're losing up.
I mean, when you dealing with a person that you know is grumpy, then just act accordingly.
Well, you know what? Grumpy Old Men 2 is gonna star you.
No, because if they're gonna make the movie, it's gonna be a remake. It ain't gonna be 2.
It's gonna star you.
This is what I hear.
And I don't need a Walter Matthau. I'll just be the only grumpy old man
that
in
grumpy movie with the old man and Michael Douglas was getting married?
Yeah, that was Las Vegas. Great movie.
Yeah, you can be in that.
I was Robert De Niro in that movie. If you've seen the movie,
cool.
You're not Robert De Niro.
I was Robert De Niro. He was the grumpy one. He was.
We need to make it where you're like a Walter Matthau.
I love Walter Matthau.
But he's a grumpy.
Did you ever see
Bad News Bears?
And you see how grumpy he was in that? I mean, I carry grumpy. I mean, you know.
God, y'all, he's so funky.
This needs to be on TV. This is so entertaining.
I'm just saying.
We got on TV with Lil P.
I ain't gonna apologize for being me.
You don't have to apologize.
Good.
I didn't ask you to apologize.
Don't you? Hey,
That's
look,
why I gave you what you get for being like that.
With the rollers in her hair, I might add.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Don't make me pull out the Vaseline out of my bag.
Just don't pull off the head rag.
You about to Jill Scott or something?
Oh Lord, ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Thank y'all everybody for indulging us while SY and I go through our argument that we haven't had in a few weeks because we haven't been here and I haven't seen her. The last time we was here, she wasn't with us. So it's actually been a few weeks, and I think that we're both grumpy because we haven't seen each other in a little while and whatnot. So I think that might be part of it. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. What kind of love is it, Grizzly?
Legacy internet radio love.
There you go, my brother. You gotta get that branding right. You gotta get that. Huh?
Oh, hell no.
She just called us Whitney and Bobby.
I'm waiting for one of them to say I like crack.
That makes you the crackhead.
Right.
What the hell?
I mean, you do got the head wrap on.
She said Whitney and Bobby.
I'll be the crackhead.
That makes you the crackhead.
But I'm from Jersey.
Yeah, he's from Jersey too. You know what?
This now is what?
You know what's so
you
sad?
You alcoholic as Bobby Brown.
Now what?
That's better than crack.
Right.
I'm still here.
Right. I was gonna say,
hey, my drug kept me alive. Her drug got her dead.
So you admit you killed me?
I didn't kill you.
You admit you killed me?
You was a crackhead when I met you.
Can I pass this around the room? Can I pass this around the room?
Oh man!
Because now we speaking on Whitney Houston. That's sad that the first thought of Whitney Houston that we have is that she was a crackhead. Rest in peace. See what drugs do to your life.
It sad to me.
And you're famous. Note that, Chris Brown.
Hey, look, man. I used to get so mad. I used to get so mad at people when they used to when we would hear discussions about Bobby and Whitney, particularly when they first got together, and people would be so mad at Bobby. They talk about, it's all Bobby's fault. Man, if you hear both of them talk when she was still with us, you would hear her say that she was like this when she met Bobby.
She was there when she met him.
She was like that when she met him. She used to get high with Eddie Murphy in there before New Edition was even famous. And that's how they roll. And people used to look at me. I'm like, look, I know where that girl grew up. 10 minutes from where I grew up. She from the hood. She just happened to have a famous mama who was a gospel singer who didn't make no money because it was gospel, so they still lived in the hood. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Call us at 804-402-2893 if you want to tell me that I'm a mean old grumpy guy the day before my birthday and I'm fussing at my co-host and I need to stop it. then call us up and tell me that. If you want to say that
Tell
you
them,
on
y'all.
my side, SY is a
tell
crazy person, then you can
I ain't
call and
crazy.
tell us that.
You know they listen because I'm here.
802-2893.
Hey.
That's right. You know, because don't nobody care about me. They calling to listen to the crew. They
But
want to
hey.
hear the First Lady and the Diva and the comic Jay Grizzy, and they want to hear SY. So
Hey.
they ain't checking for me.
I do want to give a shout out.
Okay.
Is baseball game going on right now?
Yeah, I'm watching the Yankees and the Seattle Mariners right now.
Not
On
in
the tablet, it's right here.
Charlottesville.
Oh,
So I want to send a big shout out to Jason Carson and the H's.
Okay.
Win that game, Jason. He could hit that ball from here.
get it done, Jason.
Way back over
Get
there.
it done. Ain't no hashtag marks. Yeah, all right. Let's get to some more ratchet stuff.
Yay, I like
and
that.
some ratchet stuff in the what the hell segment, because this whole piece of what the hell is ratchet. And when we done with this segment, the duration of the show is the Diva Diary. So we're gonna get into some relationship stuff.
Oh,
that's
Lord.
gonna and it's three men. Excuse me, it's 2 men and 3 ladies in the room.
It's 3.
It's 3 ladies and 2 men in the room. So we outnumbered. But when it's Jay Grizzy and Marcus J, I don't think we're ever outnumbered.
we
It
ain't gonna- they
don't
ain't gonna
matter
get
who
us.
it is.
Yeah.
Me and my brother gonna always hold
Boom.
it down. So Diva, you can bring it and bring it. Bring it as best you can.
Ladies.
And so, but let's get through this last segment here on when we're gonna ask the question. I want the First Lady to jump in on this one first. All right, listen, P. Did you see the story about the Tennessee bride who's under fire because she attached her 1-month-old baby daughter to the train of her wedding dress? I just need to know what you think about that.
First of all, when I saw the story,
Hey, the
I
real
said,
baby.
what the hell? I said, this fits right into Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. Because it was really what the hell. Now, I've heard some stories about it. I read the story behind it. I heard some of the local radio stations as well here in RVA talking about it. And what the lady said is that she had the baby securely tightened into her train as she drug her 1-month-old down the
1
aisle.
month, y'all. 1
Now,
month.
my thing is, number one, that big ass bush of flowers that you called a bouquet in your hand, you could have put that down and carried the baby.
She couldn't find a babysitter?
The lady felt like that the child was covered by the blood of Christ, by the blood of Jesus, so the baby was fine.
Oh,
now,
Lord.
of course, we see this, and it was a black couple. So let me just put that out there. It was us. So, again, I will use the word ratchet because I felt like that was a ratchet move. A lot of people felt like that they should have called social services, which I felt that as well, because there were so many germs as we catch as adults that a 1-month-old baby could have caught as well. Why they thought that was cute for social media or for 2014, let's just drag the baby on my train, so she can give me away, or he. Needless to say, I thought it was very tasteless. I thought it was disrespectful for the child because later on in life, when the mama said, "Ooh, look how you gave me away," dragging behind me.
That's what she was doing,
I
giving
felt
the
like
baby.
that was not a good look for
The
the
baby
mother.
was
So,
giving her away.
Again, I felt like I blame also the people who were in her wedding party because I know that her and the groom were not the only two who knew that this was going to take place because they had to build something.
And not
in
one person said, "What the
to
hell?"
keep the baby in.
Right.
And of course, this took place in Tennessee, so I don't know how their
Memphis.
mind flow goes, down there in those parts. But again, I felt like it was very tasteless. I felt like for the baby's sake, it was very disrespectful to the baby. But again, she should know better. This is the top of all tops. I feel like if she wanted to be in the media, she's got away.
And you know
She
how
did it.
stepping with Marcus J. Michelle K said the bride was so stupid. That's why. What you got?
Oh my God! When I first saw this, I'm like, what if she tripped? What if she tripped? Or what if she missed something on the floor that was able to cut through her dress and cut her baby? What if something fell? Who knows? And hit that baby.
What if the
When I
baby
first-
got up and started walking?
Then that's a Pepsi Cola commercial.
They in the church. They got married in the church.
I'm like, the first thing I would have done is call my mama. She's
Yeah.
lucky my mama still don't work for children's services. Because I would have been like, take the retard's baby.
Diva, what you got?
How, I have questions.
Of course.
How
This
wrapped
one
up-
of them you don't need to have no questions on this
Yeah,
one.
I can't
But
give
you
my
still got
opinion till I
questions.
know all the facts.
Oh, my
okay,
God.
how was the baby wrapped
Doesn't
up?
matter.
Could the
Doesn't
baby
matter.
breathe? No, the
baby
whole
was-
story is crazy, but I want to add to it. Was the baby wrapped up so tight that it couldn't breathe?
Baby looked like she was buck bald.
I-
I mean,
But
the
still,
picture
it's
that I
dangerous.
saw,
Yes.
the baby was securely attached to the dress. But again, I don't think
Oh
that.
Lord!
Yeah, do you
That
see?
looks stupid as hell.
Good Lord, you think.
Why couldn't you?
Who? That,
Yeah, they could have just carried it.
Excuse me. That's not real.
All right, so I want to get my brother said in. My brother said is listening. What up, bro? He is putting out a disclaimer, making
said?
it plain that he is from Tennessee, and he is saying disclaimer. This is not representative of all Tennesseans. He is making sure that the listeners know, Grizz. Give me your opinion, Grizz. He's letting us know that's not how they get down in Tennessee. That's an isolated incident.
That's an isolated incident. We got you said. But I'm looking. I saw it earlier, and then I'm looking at it now. I'm thinking that's like a hoax.
It ain't no hoax. And I actually thought, before that story was sent to me, because I seen the story a few times over last week. But as the listeners like to hear us say what the hell,
Right.
they send me stuff. I get stuff from the listeners all the time, and I debate on whether I'm gonna talk about it or not. And this is one that I got consistently. Like several people sent me this. Like,
Just
y'all
be-
need to
they
talk
just
about this.
ratchet
Y'all
as
need to
the
talk about
mama
this.
is.
And when I first saw it from sites that I didn't trust,
Right.
so I didn't really get into it until I saw it pop up someplace that I felt was a reputable site. And so I was like, word, y'all talking about it? This shit must be real.
crazy.
And so when I looked it up, that's when I actually investigated it further.
Right.
And saw that this really, really did go down.
Yeah, let me tell you something really quick. That the bride actually has a Facebook page, so she has been commenting on the comments she's been getting.
Has
So
she been
some of
getting
the
raw?
things she has said was, if you want to comment on this and if it's negative, don't say anything
Man,
at all.
get the
because
hell
that's
up
where
outta here.
That's why I got the information from, when she said that the baby was covered by the blood of Christ, so he was fine. The baby was
Jesus,
very
that was
well
the devil.
secured in my train. She actually, on her Facebook page, goes in to describe how the baby
Really?
was secured in her train. Yes.
Yeah.
So she has an actual Facebook page where people are commenting saying, "You a dumbass.
Let
You's
me-
a dummy."
This is just indicative of the education system in America. You cannot possibly tell me anybody that did 6 years of education, get to the 6th or 7th grade, Shawty, and you gonna end up doing something like that. It's just it's embarrassing, and she got to know. If she don't, I think the sad part is that she probably doesn't know it's embarrassing, even if it's out here in the social media world and in the media, and she trying to defend it. Like,
You can't defend
you
that.
can't
brother.
defend that, lady.
No.
Call me and tell me till you turn blue in the face, but you can't defend that. You're a dummy.
You're a dummy.
Asshole. And your husband and everybody that was in the church.
And who put the baby on the train? You got to think about that. She didn't put it on there.
Like she said, hold up. She said, hold up. How I look. You know how chicks get. How I look.
Put the baby back
Somebody
there.
did that.
And
That's a good point,
Should've made
Diva.
honor.
Because somebody said, "Girl, that baby look
Look
good back there."
And then she said, hold on. Somebody tie the baby down. I don't know how she got the baby down, but somebody put the baby down on the train. That's
Don't say it with the accent, the Tennessee accent.
Yeah, somebody put the baby down on the train. It was what? Yeah. Oh,
chicken.
ooh, Lord Jesus.
804-402-2893. If
Dumb
you
ass
offended by
lady.
us talking about the folks in Tennessee, call us up and tell us that we wrong.
Please.
804-402-2893. All right, keeping with acting a damn fool with kids. The next story is, that one's stupid and ratchet. This one's sad. It's a Prince George man arrested because he allegedly killed his child to keep from paying child support, y'all.
What?
I'm getting this one from the Washington Post.
So that's Prince George's County, Maryland.
It's actually Prince George's County, Maryland.
Not VA.
Police are charging 38-year-old Thomas Everett Holland with first-degree child abuse and manslaughter after medical examiners reported that the boy's death was a homicide. Toxicology tests revealed that Jason Maurice Holland had cocaine, acetaminophen, codeine, and a drug commonly found in allergy medicine coursing through his body. Quote, those results are showing there was such a concentration of the 4 drugs that our detectives and medical examiners believe there is no chance this child could have accidentally ingested them. They're saying that within 4 hours of ingestion, he was deceased. The boy was 100% healthy, says Devon Hicks, who is a uncle of the child. The family and police says Holland picked up his son for a court-ordered visitation on the weekend of January 25th, took him home. His mother and father were never married, and at one point, Holland had stopped showing up for court-appointed visits with the toddler. Basically, the last weekend of January, he popped up out of nowhere, as the uncle is saying. At some point, he denied paternity, and now this is, the result. And the toxicology report came out last month after 4 months of testing. It took that long for them to determine the cause of death. So I'm going to start with you, Grizz, I'll comment next as the man in the room. I want us first before we bring the ladies in. You've got a guy who does not want to pay child support, allegedly, and he has resorted to poisoning his child to death. Now, well, never mind. I'm not going to steal your thunder. I'm going to let you say what you're going to say. Then I'll comment. He looks
like, I saw the picture as you was reading and scrolling down. He looked dumb enough the first 40 ate it and go straight out. Look at his head. Like, his head is just too big for his body.
He looked like Yakub.
Yeah, he got water head. Right. So, like, this dude is already dumb, so natural selection should have took place with him before his child was born into the world. I mean, that's a whack-ass dude right there, man. Like, I don't care even if you question the paternity, there's intelligent ways and civilized ways to go about that. For you to take it into your own hands, another life that's already breathing. I ain't talking about for all the anti-abortion folk, the embryonics and the stem cells and stuff. I'm talking about a kid that was already brought into the world, and then you're going to just be mad? Like, that's taking hating to another level, bro. I mean, you retarded. And I hope you get your just deserve, which is going to be served cold.
And you know how Steppin Marcus J. Joy is saying, why?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Instead, is telling us to watch it. And we was over there making fun of Tennessee a few minutes ago. He was telling us
that T-Dot.
Here's what I'll say about this dude before I'll bring the ladies in and have them comment. You know what? I don't got nothing to say about this one. This one is about as clear and plain as it can get. I mean, the child had cocaine and codeine in his system. 4 years old or whatever he was? Mm-hmm. He had cocaine and codeine in his system. I'm going to need this dude to not deny doing this. I'm going to need him to just go ahead and admit that this is what he did and take whatever punishment they gave him. I don't want to see this child's mother having to go to court day after day and have a trial, all that kind of shit. I don't want to see that. Like, dude, really, you know what? I'm not going to personally attack the guy. I'll personally attack what he did. I just don't want to see this go to court. Just go ahead and plead guilty and let's all move on. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. SY, you got a comment on this one, or can we move on this one? What you think?
I feel sorry for the baby. I feel sorry for his mom, the rest of the family. I think it's just a bad thing to do when you just don't want to give up money. And strange how some men or some boys or guys, I don't know what the hell to call them, react when you have to pay child support. Why would this be your way out of paying child support? Did you think what was going to happen to you?
Right. Diva?
I'm sorry for cutting you off. My thing is, if he plotted to kill that child, that's murder. That is not manslaughter. That's a lesser charge. And I just don't agree with that. I think he needs to get the maximum, sentence for what he did. That's ridiculous.
Right. Listen, P, what you got?
That's the world we live in.
Listen, P.
My thing, honestly, and this may sound very disheartening, but are you surprised? I mean, really, there's so many people that do so many awful things to children who aren't their children. So are you really surprised about a deadbeat dad who takes his child's life because he doesn't want to put out some more money? So I'm saddened by this story, but again, to me, sorry it sounds this way, but it's just another story. Yes, again, rest in peace to the child, because we know that they're not suffering anymore. This man, yes, he will suffer from his time on earth to the time he's 6 feet under. But again, are we really surprised? Is it right? No. Did he punk his way out? Of course he did. Is he a punk? Of course he is. Is he a man? No, he's not. But he's going to go to jail feeling fine that, hey, well, at least I ain't got to pay out no money. So
I am surprised by something like that. I am surprised by something like that because we don't do that. You know what you do? You run. You run like you normally do. Okay? You say, I don't have no money. You don't come see your baby. You don't do this and you don't do that. But you don't kill
you're
the damn baby.
You're speaking from your heart and from your legit mind. But think of the psychos out here who don't care. Think about the priests.
Those are the ones.
Think about the priests who sleeping with the little boys who come to confession. You know what I'm saying?
But we're not
think
talking
about the
about
people
them
who
right
rape
now.
the little girls who don't even know them.
I'm talking about a father.
He doesn't feel like he's a father because if he did, as you know, in my mind and yours as well, a real father would not have done that. So don't call him a father because he's not.
No.
He's a man who did a job to get out of taking care of.
He was the father of this child. And like I said, what I can understand them doing and what I can say I'm not surprised by is you just ignoring the child, like making like the child just does not exist. Don't talk to the mama or curse the mama. Don't give the baby any money. Don't see him until he's 19 years old. No, that is real. That is real.
That's not his reality.
That may not be his reality, but I'm not speaking about him.
But he is the one who did it.
Situation that you asked
his
about
reality.
whether or not I should be surprised. And hell yeah, I'm surprised.
I'm not by fault.
I'm surprised by that.
Not by fault. I'm surprised he didn't do anything more in depth or more graphic than what he did.
I don't
Come on now, seriously. No, yes, it's majorly wrong. He should get cut off from the nutsack and make him eat his stuff. You know, sorry, ain't no half Steppin Marcus on Legacy Internet Radio every Monday.
That's fine.
But I'm just saying,
and I understand
look at
what
the
his
world.
punishment should be.
Yeah, so thinking about him. You not surprised? Why are you surprised?
I'm not thinking about him.
But he did it, so that's why I'm thinking about him right now.
Here's what your question was.
I'm not surprised he did it.
Your question was, should I be surprised that something like this happened? Yes, I am surprised that something like this happened.
Not by fault.
When the father goes and kills his kid so he doesn't have to pay child support. Like I said.
That's crazy.
Go ahead, make like your child does not exist. That's what you do. You make like your baby does not exist. You don't give him $1. You don't buy a diaper. You don't even spit milk at the child. But to kill the child?
Yes, but keep in mind, when you got to do it, he's got to get backlash. He's got to go to court after court after court to get letter after letter after letter. But if the child is dead, I'm in jail chilling. I ain't got to worry about no child support.
No, he's not going to be chilling. And I can't even think of anything that's going to make up for that. I can't even think. Jail is not even good enough.
Again, because you're thinking as a mommy, as a nurturer, as a parent, of course. Now, no, I can't think about that. But look at the world today. Yes, I'm totally not surprised. I'm totally not surprised about that.
Let me jump in here. I understand where you both are coming from. It's not one where I want to pick a side because I understand where you both are coming from. That's why if I'm hearing you, what you're saying is, you know, when you typically see these people, and I'm not going to make it based on gender because y'all pay child support and y'all like a damn fool too. I know plenty of single fathers that go through shit with y'all too. So we're not going to base it on gender, but you're used to seeing other tactics to get out of paying child support as opposed
quit
to
your job.
as opposed to cold-blooded murder of a child. I think what I'm hearing Lissa P say is that the world that we live in and the things that are being done to people, children, you know, in particular, we are starting to see these things happen on such a large scale that there shouldn't be any shock when we see something like this happen. And so by listening to the two of you, I understand where you're coming from and I understand where Lissa P is coming from. It's one of those things where it's sad that any person feels that their recourse to get out of paying child support is to feed a 4-year-old cocaine and codeine. You know, that to me is about as cold-blooded and I mean it's sociopathic because there's no way that you can do that and not know that you're doing something wrong, unless you are a sociopath. And we know the sociopaths have an issue with knowing the difference between right and wrong.
But I'm sorry. Let me just say this real quick. I totally agree with SY. I do. But again, I'm still sticking to my, are you really surprised? Think about the lady who put the baby in the microwave, or the father who put the baby in the dryer. You know, they didn't even have child support issues. They just had issues.
And the parents who drove their kids into lakes and stuff.
Yeah, or to the ocean, said we going for a ride, close your eyes. So I totally agree with you. Yes, it's completely effed up. It's very irresponsible. It's very demonic. But are you surprised? That's my question. Are you surprised?
Ain't no ass step on Marcus J. All right, last thing I want to get into is
we got more ratchet.
Well, this one I want the ladies in. I want the ladies in on this one. So Grizz, you and I are going to kind of be quiet on this next one, and it's a sports story, but with a twist. This one is about the teen tennis sensation. I'm getting this one SY from where?
The Huffington Post.
My girl. This one is about a sister. Her name is Taylor Townsend. She's 18 years old. She beat 21st ranked Alice Cornet last week at the French Open. She's ranked 205th in the world. It made her the youngest U.S. woman to advance to the third round of the French Open since 2003, and it's even more impressive considering just 2 years ago the U.S. Tennis Association attempted to keep her out of the competition because it suggested they didn't suggest they would not restore the support for the team, then the top ranked junior player in the world, until she lost weight. Quote, our concern is her long-term health, number one, and her long-term development as a player. This is what Patrick McEnroe, the general manager of the USTA Player Development Program, told the Wall Street Journal. Then, 16 years old, she went to the tournament anyway without the USTA's support. Her mother was forced to pay the travel costs, and she won the junior doubles title and advanced to the quarters in the singles division. That year she won singles and doubles tournament titles at the Junior Australian Open, junior doubles at Wimbledon. Now here's why I'm bringing this up. I'm going to bring y'all up a picture of this girl, young black girl, who they're saying is overweight, and they're not going to support her like they would support everybody else until she loses weight. Now unfortunately I don't have a fuller picture of her, and I'll try to find one. But if you can look and see, judging by that picture, my opinion, she don't look no more bigger or smaller than any other sister that you might see at your local high school at 18 years old. And so, as normal, I don't typically like to go the obvious route with these stories. Where I want to take it is, how do we feel about the USTA telling our sisters, you too fat to compete, even though you kicking ass anyway? That's why I want you in on this one first. What's your thoughts?
You know, it's just another way to prevent us from advancing in anything. That's really all it is. There's really not much to say on that. I'm glad her mother went ahead and got her in there and paid her traveling costs and let her play, and I'm glad she bust butt on the court. And she's fine. She's fine with her weight. And really, she doesn't look that much bigger. She doesn't look that much bigger than Serena. No,
I agree. They're built differently. You know, yeah. Serena is more muscular, but as far as size, I think if you stood them next to each other and put them both on a scale,
there's
I think that you would probably come out to be pretty.
I congratulate her. Very,
close.
Very good.
Diva, what you got?
And in the picture, she looks like she's in shape. She's just a full figure type of woman, you know. So I mean, I'm not surprised about this because it happens to models. It happens to rappers like Missy Elliott. Now, she went through it.
Well, here's the angle that I want to take. Let's grab the mic. Angle I want to take is it based in some sort of veiled racism where we see an organization like the WTA that has had a history of throwing dirt on the sisters because they can't stand Venus and Serena. They mad as hell that they so freaking great. Is it that our sisters are just naturally built differently, you know, that they don't carry, or we don't carry the standardized vision of what beauty is Is it that, or is this chick just a big girl?
They're just mad because we have meat on our bones.
First of all, I just
Period.
like to say, if they talk about her size, looks like I've been downgraded to badminton, so it won't be no tennis and lots of fees future. And also, let me just say that again, this woman is no bigger, I feel, than Serena Williams. And again, I feel like they did all of that, let me just say, cock blocking in parentheses, because they are afraid that she will be another excellente, another top of the charts, another wonder of the world like Serena Venus. So they can't have too many blacks coming up in the rank. You know what I'm saying?
Sharapova.
Arthur Ashe was it. Okay, they want us to stop at Arthur Ashe and put down the rackets. So, like I say, racks on racks on racks. Shout out to the mama who paid for the airfare.
Yep.
If Legacy Internet Radio can give you internet money back, we only got $10, but it'll go a long way. But again, big ups to the mother, big ups to the sister who continued to play regardless of what was said, because now she will be the next Serena and Venus. And what they go do there? Because she's going to have enough money to pay for her own stuff.
And you know how Steppin with Marcus J. Be down with us tonight. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial. Michelle K says, it's a shame they wanted to focus on her weight instead of her ability to play tennis. People are so judgmental of others. I personally, I got a huge problem about this because it speaks to the obvious but not so obvious instances of racism where, in some cases they don't even realize it, but then in other cases they do. I mean, to see a full-figured black female who's beautiful in her own right and who's out there killing it, and you want to try to hold her down because you got issues with her weight. Why? Because she's not a 5'7", 119-pound little skinny white girl. I mean, that's crazy to me. It's so crazy to me. And like someone said earlier that Serena Williams went through that. Who anybody who knows me knows I'm so not a fan of hers. But, what's fair is fair. Speaking of Serena's, did anybody see her crash a wedding on the beach in her freaking bathing suit this weekend?
What?
She went. She was on the beach on Saturday in Miami because she got beat in the French this weekend last week, which chilling. I was giddy about that. Every time she plays, I hope she loses. I'm a fan of whoever's playing her. I'm so not. It's her attitude, and it's the fact that she is probably the worst sportsman I've ever seen, throwing rackets and cussing and just being a nasty person. But anyway, she crashing weddings on the beach, y'all. Did y'all see that?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see? She crashed.
I saw it.
You saw it, Greg?
I saw it.
And them people was very, very happy to see Serena Williams. I'll be honest with you. If she crashed my wedding on the beach, I'm gonna be calling security to come get her.
Shout out to the groom because the bride, because both of them was taking pictures.
Be calling security to get her. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. Shout out to my homeboy Hakeem in Jersey. Jersey is representing Hakeem and saying what's up to the crew and everybody. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. We're gonna take a break. And when we come back, Dating Pool Diva takes over the rest of the show. We got the Diva Diaries. I'm paying homage. It's my birthday tomorrow, y'all. I'm be 40, and I'm feeling good. And the whole crew is in the building to help me celebrate.
Like a brat,
and when we come back, I'm a brat. Deal with it. And so when we come back, I got another guest to introduce, and then the Diva Diaries is going on. I'm showing some love to my Jersey fam. All the songs you're going to hear tonight is from folks from Jersey. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. Live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio with me, you, and the crew. Stay with us.